how does it end? It goes before the curtain opens.
There are 4 series of up.
Okay, and that's when the curtain should open, I think, on the bum. Okay.
We'll start at 132. 132.
So it's going to be a shorter introduction now for the curtain.
Cynthia will be talking at
about this level. Is that okay?
We'll just keep talking.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6. Never know what to say.
Cynthia Gregory. First of all, we want to welcome you to Fort Worth. This is a tremendous honor for us, and we're all very excited about having you here dancing with Alexander Goodenough.
Thank you very much. It's lovely to be here.
I wonder, Cynthia, if you were to dance with Alexander Goodenough and you didn't know anything about his background, would you be able to tell that he's a Russian?
Definitely. Yes, there's a certain style that the Russians have. They're trained in that style, and it's very evident in his dancing.
What is most noticeable? Let me start over. What is the most noticeable difference then between his style and...
5 minutes, please. 5 minutes to the beginning of Physicality.
That's all right. We'll just...
5 minutes, please. 5 minutes to the beginning of Physicality.
Okay, I'll just start the question.
All over again.
I'll just...
The second question?
The second question, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to broaden up a little bit.
Okay.
Go.
What is the most noticeable difference between the Russian style and the American style?
As I said, the Russian style is a very unique style, and the American style is a mixture of many kinds of styles, because there are so many different teachers here in America, from Russia, from teaching the Italian method, and so we have a mixture and a variety of styles in our training here in America, which makes us very versatile dancers.
What were some of the adjustments that you and Goodenough had the first time you danced together?
Well, there weren't too many adjustments. Actually, we worked very easily together. There were a few things in the partnering that are very technical sort of things that were a little different for both of us, but we managed to compromise, and it works out very easily.
As far as tempo, do Americans have more definite ideas about tempo than Russians?
I think the Russian tempo is mainly pretty slow, where the American tempo is a lot quicker.
And the Americans, do you think, change tempos more within any one dance?
I don't think it's that different. The American dancers try to use the music the way it was composed, really.
The fact that he is large and you are tall, actually, how tall are you?
I'm 5'7".
And how tall is Goodenough?
I really don't know. I think he's about 6'1", I believe.
The fact that you both are tall and the fact that he is also of a very athletic build, does that give you more a sense of security?
It just makes me feel light and airy and a little more delicate and petite, which is a nice feeling.
Are you saying then that you give a little different interpretation to dances when you're dancing with him or someone of his size?
I don't think I give a different interpretation. I think I just feel differently inside, and that may come out in a different interpretation, but I'm not meaning it in that way.
Giselle, of course, is a very romantic and ethereal and dramatic kind of dance. Obviously, you enjoy this, don't you?
Very much so. It's a wonderful feeling. You have to feel lighter than air, and you have to feel like a spirit. And like your arms have no weight, and I try to achieve that feeling by...
Places, please. Places for the beginning of the second act. Places, please. Places for the beginning of Para Quattro.
Okay, I'll start that question again, Bob. Giselle is a very... Let me start again. I forgot what I said. Giselle is a very ethereal dance, and very romantic and dramatic as well. You obviously enjoy doing that, don't you?
Yes, I do very much. There is a character to draw upon, and you're a spirit, and you must be very light and airy, and it's fun to do that kind of a feeling. I use my arms in a way that they seem to float, and when you're landing from a jump, if you leave your arms up a little bit, a second longer than you normally would, it looks like they're lighter than air. So it's a very challenging ballet to do.
Do you think Goodenough enjoys that kind of dance as much as he does Corsair, where he gets to be so athletic in his dancing?
I can't speak for him, but I believe, to me, he's a very dramatic dancer, and dramatic roles are the things that he excels in. So that Giselle and Corsair are both sort of dramatic in feeling and flamboyant, especially in Corsair. So it shows him off very well in those two ballets.
There now is so much emphasis, and the public seems to be so receptive to all the athletics in ballet dancing. That is attributed mostly to the male dancers, but Cynthia, do you see some pressure coming on the women dancers to do this kind of thing?
Yes, I've never had to worry about women's lib before in ballet, because it has always been the ballerina's art. And now the male dancers are coming to the forefront. In fact, here, it's interesting because Goodenoug's name is billed before mine. And it's always customary to build the ballerina first. So I'm starting to feel the women's lib coming on. I don't know what that is, but we have to work on that and keep the ballerina up there.
Do you think that the women dancers will become more athletic?
I think because there is a new audience in ballet, that the most obvious is the athletic, and that people see that part of ballet and react to that more obviously. And what the ballerina is doing is just as difficult, and maybe sometimes more difficult, on point and that sort of thing. So what she does isn't quite as obvious, but it's more beautiful. So I think as the audience is educated more, because the audience has grown so much, if they are educated more, I think that they will react to the ballerina again as much as they do to the athleticism of the male dancer.
You are renowned as an on-point dancer, and I've always wanted to ask you, is there anything special that you did in your training to strengthen those muscles and to achieve that kind of balance?
I had a wonderful teacher who told me to relax in a balance, whereas most dancers pull up as hard as they can to balance. I think of my toe as planted into the ground, and the upper half of my body as floating and relaxed. And that enables me to balance much easier than a lot of people, and I love to balance. And I think that's very important. If you love to do something, you practice it more, and it becomes much easier.
So you just practiced it more. You didn't especially try to strengthen any particular muscles?
No, not at all. It's just more a feeling of balance than using special muscles.
Thank you very much, Cynthia.
Thank
Pleasure
you.
to be talking with you.
Thank you very much.
No, I have always...
Can I, now you, ladies, if you would be talking.
Okay, I've watched you on point. I think, my God, it's just not possible. But
I
what you
feel more
say
at
makes
home on
sense.
point than I would if I don't think I would dance something I'm more pulled up, and I enjoy it more dancing.
Of course, the line of dance is so much. You're tall
Mhm.
and linear anyway, and you're just, you're just a piece of art.
Oh, thank
and
you.
Sculpture when
Thank
you're
you.
on point.
On point since I was 7 years old, so
I remember
just a part of me.
you saying to Cabot, that you
Mhm.
liked, but when he was talking with you about that, I thought,
Mhm.
oh, I'm done.
That teacher that told me to relax, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
People,
They
you know,
do.
they do like that when they have to balance, and if you just relax in it, and your
Right.
foot is just there, you know,
Uh-huh.
there's just something about it that makes
Right.
it so much easier. So that was my trick.
Bob,
Anyway.
is there any way you can get a reverse shot if I move back a wee bit or something? Just while I'm talking. Talk
I'm so
about-
glad that the weather is so nice now. I heard it was raining last week, so have nice, beautiful weather here. It was so hot during the summer, wasn't it?
Mm.
Terrible. I don't know what it's going to be like in New York when I get back there. Fall will have set in, I'm sure. So.
You're in business.
I'll wait till that noise is over. Okay. Do you find that women are being, let me start again. There now is such an emphasis on the athletics in dancing, and the male stars, of course, are being, I just, how did I start that question before? Let
You want
see.
me to answer this?
No.
Okay, Bobbie?
Okay. Cynthia, is there any pressure on women to be more athletic in their dancing, because now that's the big thing with the male dancers? Okay, that you're doing fine.
See,
Okay.
Could you move a little bit this way? So I don't
Which
think you-
way?
Yeah, move your chair a little bit. No, the other way.
Ah.
Okay, live. There, okay, there we go.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to do that again, Bob?
Okay, yeah, that'd be fine. You can
All
do it
right.
again. Okay.
You rolling? Okay. Cynthia, is there any pressure on the women dancers now to be more athletic, because this is the big thing now with the male dancers? You are renowned as an on-point dancer. Is there anything special you did during your training years to sort of develop certain muscles and certain kinds of balance? I'll do that again, too. You are renowned as an on-point dancer. When you were training, was there anything special you did to develop those muscles and that kind of balance?
Well,
Okay. All right. Okay.
Let me get you listening.
Okay.
I'm not
I want to do another
Okay.
question. Okay. I want to do another question, Bob.
Okay,
All
you're
right.
in business.
The first time you danced with Alexander Goodenough, had you not known he was Russian, could you have told it by his dancing? What are the significant differences then between the Russian style of dancing and the American style? Okay. All right. Are you balanced? Okay. Speaking of balance. Okay. I'll do another one. Because he is tall, well over 6 feet tall, and you're tall, do you feel more secure dancing with him?
feels funny not to answer.
Giselle is a very ethereal and romantic and dramatic kind of dance. You obviously enjoy that, don't you?
Yes.
Do you think Goodenough, since he is such an athletic dancer, enjoys doing Giselle and that kind of romantic dance? Okay, you wanted more listening, Bob? And then that'll do it.
You're
Okay,
listening,
all right. I'll just be listening,
look
and
at
you
that.
can just look at me. And
Okay.
was there any particular dancer who influenced you or that you were fond of as a child?
Margot Fontaine was one of my favorites, and Ulanova.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her do Giselle when I was about 13 years old, and she was just so wonderful. She was about 50 years old, and she looked 15. You know, it was fantastic. It was wonderful. That's the
Okay,
only thing.
all right. One more
Sitting
shot
here.
and
Okay.